Hello. Today I'd like to talk about being free from feeling vulnerable. Now you might be thinking, oh, hasn't she got that round the wrong way? Shouldn't we be feeling free from not feeling vulnerable? No, I'm suggesting that you can feel free to feel vulnerable. Because when we think of being vulnerable, we think of being attacked or harmed, don't we? We think vulnerability equals weakness. And yet, vulnerability, like every other emotion, is neutral. It doesn't exist on its own, does it? Now, this isn't me saying if you're in a vulnerable situation, if you're in a room with somebody who's potentially violent, or you're in a situation that appears to be vulnerable, I'm not saying stay there and just imagine it isn't happening. I'd say get the hell out of there. But I'm talking about our idea of us, how we think we're vulnerable. There are lots of ways that we feel vulnerable. Lots of people think if they're visible, they're going to be vulnerable. And that was the other V that I was thinking of doing. Because you see, if we're visible, we think that people are likely to attack us. So we think we have an idea maybe to write a book or write a course or act in amateur dramatics, and then we start to get a little bit panicky because then we feel like we might be attacked. We start to feel vulnerable, as if vulnerability is a thing and that vulnerability can come to us from outside. Or how about if we fall in love? We fall in love with somebody and we feel amazing, we feel invincible, and then maybe they leave us. And then we feel vulnerable, we feel hurt and scared. And then we get scared to love anybody else in case it happens again because we feel vulnerable. But I'm guessing that your body, your physical body, is the same as it was when you were in love. So nothing's happened to your physical body, has it? It's just our idea of ourself that we feel is attacked. But really, there is no self to be attacked, is there? We are just a mass of beliefs, a mass of ideas about ourselves, who we are, what we stand for, how people should treat us, how we should treat them. How can that be attacked by anything on the outside? It's impossible, isn't it? And how about your beliefs about yourself and how you used to be, and you think I used to be strong and now I'm not, now I'm vulnerable. But you can see that's not true, is it? Because what happens is we have an idea about something that might happen. So going back to the idea, if you're going to star in amateur dramatics or, as I say, write a book or something that's going to put your name out there. And then, as I say, we fear being attacked. We project into this unknown future what might happen, and then we get scared. We get scared of the future that really, we don't know what's going to happen, do we? And I don't want you to be scared of the future, and I don't want you to be scared of anything that's happening around you now that might make you feel that you're vulnerable. Because I want you to see that you can be free from that. When you see that you can't be attacked, when you can see that you're not vulnerable, that there is nothing about you that's vulnerable, only your idea about fragility and self. And as I said, that can change day by day. So when you see that you're not vulnerable, that you can be free from it, because there is no freedom in being scared of an unknown future. There is no freedom in being frightened of being vulnerable. All that does is limit us, isn't it? We want to do something and then we feel vulnerable, so we decide not to do it. Oh, I think I'll go and do that. Oh, I'd like to be in a relationship, but I got hurt 2 years ago and I'm scared to. So you're stopping yourself from going for the thing you want because of something that happened that you're imagining you're still feeling. So be free from feeling vulnerable. Be free to feel vulnerable, because you can see that vulnerability is self-created. And when you see that, you can be free to be vulnerable if you want to, and also not to be. Okay, bye-bye.